Hi guys, and welcome back to another Dot Race video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. Round 12 of the Moto2 World Championship is upon us, and it is here in the Red Bull Ring of Austria. So here we are in this magnificent venue. I do really enjoy the Red Bull Ring of Austria, and of course after the disappointing result in the Kimi Ring last time out, we need to bounce back very strongly this weekend. And of course last time out I made the mistake of not going to the practice sessions. I accidentally just chose qualifying, so we won't be doing that same mistake here today. We will be starting at practice, moving across to qualifying, and then tonight at 8 PM we will have the Grand Prix of Red Bull Ring Austria. So we are just barely leading the World Championship by 2 points. Remy Gardner is on a massive tear right now. He has been dominant for the past couple of races, so we have to make sure we qualify well and we stay ahead of Remy Gardner as much as possible. So we get a little bit out of shape there going on the entry of turn 4. Lovely tight apex there. That's how I tend to find is the best way to tackle turn 4 as we get onto the right hand side. Up by almost half a second, or excuse me, just down by half a second compared to Marco Bezzecchi's time of a 1:31.447. The Italian on a bit of confidence as well at the minute as Grant just invalidates his first lap. Nonetheless, it's still going to be a decent lap, so we might as well continue the lap to see where we would have stayed or would have been if the lap had actually counted. So now picking up the motorcycle and going for it once again, charging down into the right-hander of turn 9, somewhat of an innocuous corner. I kind of find it a little bit difficult to get the motorcycle stopped in there, and the same can be said for turn 10. We do a lovely tight apex there, power setting 3, charging towards the timing line now, and across with the line we go. It would have been a 1:31.874, so nothing particularly much to shout about. But for the time being, we would have been just roughly behind Marco Bezzecchi by about 0.4 of a second. Nice exit coming out of turn 1 there from Grant, utilising the soft option front and soft option rear. The nice combination to give ourselves the best amount of grip in such a short amount of time, as we now go on to the entry of turn 3. That familiar dying easy right foot boot of Grant there, just sliding it across the tarmac, just feeling the track. I do like to have the boot out. It makes me feel a little bit more confident going in. I know it doesn't do anything for the actual video game itself, but I just really like the look of it. I'd probably do the same if I was a Grand Prix racer as well, as we now chuck the boot out once again for turn 4. This Hafi's siren is going to be nicely placed in front of us, because we could pick up a nice bit of slipstream coming into the next couple of corners, but he could also get in the way going onto the left-hander here for turn 6. Nice tight apex there, and we've cut the corner once again. Oh my goodness, Hafi's siren! What on earth happened then? I don't think I touched him. It might have been that one of the awful collision detections in MotoGP 21 for the Moto2 class. But I am so sorry to the Malaysian there. I didn't mean to knock him off. I think just the collision detection took over, so I do apologise to Hafi's siren and all the Malaysian fans. I actually love Hafi's siren as well, and disappointed to not see him in MotoGP anymore. Would love to see him bounce back and be given another chance, but unfortunately the fish into the gravel in this qualifying session by no fault of his own, so I do apologise. But that is another improvement on the lap time, if it had counted, if we hadn't, of course, made that little bit of mistake going into turn 6. But turn 1, not looking too bad once again. We didn't quite get the same amount of entry or exit speed as we did on the lap prior, but it's still not too bad. It could improve, we could definitely improve, but that's what all these practice sessions are about. So we're now going to turn 3. Still quite gentle on the brakes, not getting it out of shape, which is always a good sight to see, because it is very easy to get out of shape in particular corners such as turn 3 and turn 4, but doing a good job so far. Here we go into turn 4 now, chucking the anchors on once again. As you can see, the braking guide into the bottom right hand corner of your screen there, the gauges in the middle towards the tyres, very gentle, but also quite hard, so it's more so bringing on the brake rather than just pulling it abruptly. That's the biggest advice I can always give, is never just pull the brake, just gradually apply the brake. That makes a big difference in the sense of smooth riding style. So now into the left hand side for turn 7, line the bike up just temporarily, getting to about 0 degrees for about half a tenth, and then launch it straight across to get onto the right hand side of the tyre. Turn 9, we are down by 4.5 of a second. We're getting onto the right hand side. Lovely tight apex there for turn 9. You can see the bike bouncing a little bit on the curbs as we now chuck it onto the right hand side for turn 10. We get a little bit wide, but not a bad exit nonetheless. Across the timing line we will go, and it is a 1:31.804. So that's good enough to put us in 8th place of the practice results right now. Marco Bezzecchi leading the way with the 1:31.447. Raul Fernandez just trailing by 57 thousandths of a second. And both Ben Schneider and Ayagura trail by 1.5 tenths of a second. So Augusto Fernandez, Xavi Vierge, Cameron Bobby and Lorenzo Baldassari, your 4 men from Q1, ready to do battle in Q2. It's now time for a session that really matters. 10 minutes of qualifying 2 is upon us. We really need a good session here now. Now, I would say it's going to be extremely crucial to be qualifying in the top 3 positions at the very, very least. Qualifying any below than that is going to be very difficult for this Grand Prix, because bearing in mind there is a lot of straights here, and there's a lot of difficult overtaking opportunities, which you can overtake at, but you can also be overtaken on as well. Now, the AI in MotoGP 21 aren't no stranger to overtake, so we have to be on our best game here, qualify the best possible way we can and try and attack and defend in the earlier laps. But going on to the right hand side now for turn 4, a little bit wide. Could have done a little bit better by going tighter to the apex like we did on some of the practice laps, but we now chuck it into the right hand side, down by just 98 thousandths of a second compared to Remy Gardner's time of a 1:31.414. We'll straighten the bike up temporarily here into turn 7, onto the left-hand side, hold it in nice and tight, power setting 3, using the most out of this Petronas SRT Calyx. Line the bike up, getting onto the rumble strip there for turn 8, don't touch the green, because of course that is an invalidation, and we are now up by 2.5 tenths of a second. Nice tight apex for turn 9, nice smooth acceleration, getting onto the right-hand side for turn 10, and get ready to unleash the power. Full power, full throttle, let's go for it. And across the line, Grant goes top with a 1:30.935. Magnificent start for the Moto3 champion as we now go onto the right-hand side for turn 1. Be careful not to run it a little bit too deep there and touch either the rumble strip or the green. Now, if you touch the rumble strip, your lap is pretty much over anyway because the pace just disappears. It's very difficult to maintain some speed on those rumble strips because they are built to try and slow you down somewhat. As we now go onto the right-hand side once again for turn 3. A lot of right-hand corners here in this clockwise circuit. Now up by 3 tenths of a second. Good stuff there from Grant, but also to be concerned about Remy Gardner, Fabio Di Gianantonio, Joe Roberts, Jake Dixon, teammate to me, is super quick in both a couple of sectors there. And Marco Bezzecchi just temporarily set the identical lap time to us, and Sam Lowes then chucks down the benchmark of a 1:50.535. That is a phenomenal lap coming in from the fellow British rider. Good stuff from Sam Lowes, who's also on quite a bit of a confidence trip right now as Bo Ben Schneider chucks himself into second place. He's only 34 thousandths of a second ahead of us, and 4 tenths of a second is Sam Lowes. We need to try and find some extra tenths in these next couple of sectors, or at least in this sector particularly. We lose a tenth to Sam Lowes, and look at Remy Gardner. He's setting 2 red sectors there and a personal best in the first one. As we now go into turn 10, right-hand side of the tyre once again. Full acceleration, good job to not touch the green there. Grant across the line any moment now. Can he get the job done? It's a 1:30.768. Good enough for 3rd place. Now we have entered the pits and we have changed both the front tyres and the rear tyres. Soft front, soft rear. That's all you need to know for the time being. But we did get bumped down to 5th place. Sam Lowes, Remy Gardner, Marcel Schrotter, Augusto Fernandez. All 4 men are quicker than us by a tenth and a little bit. Up to 3 tenths of a second is the gap to Sam Lowes, who looks on an absolute charge and a serious mission to try and maintain the top position, as Grant has run it a little bit wide there. That will not be an improvement for the Moto2 Championship leader. We will potentially, yes, we should have enough time to get across the line to get another lap in, as Fabio Di Gianantonio's session has come to an end, as Remy Gardner's session has also just come to an end. Not sure where on track he has crashed. I know there's a little bit of a glitch towards the end of the track, or at least he used to be in MotoGP 20. I don't know if it has the same effect here in this video game, but we're going to do what we can on this final lap as Grant ran it a little bit wide there once again. We'll only have one more shot at this. One more shot to try and take pole position. To start 5th place certainly wouldn't be a negative. We want to try and get into the top 2nd, top 2, top 3 rows at very, very least. But right now the first row would be absolutely beautiful. Not finding it easy on the acceleration. I do believe you can upgrade the power and you can upgrade the straights, or at least the top end speed, let's say, but I still haven't quite upgraded that yet. I've actually not been putting my engineers in researching any points and I don't really do many of the development tests, so maybe I should start doing that to earn us some extra credit points. Sam Lowe's has gone down as well. Something has happened to him. Not sure where on the circuit he has crashed. Hopefully that doesn't hinder my performance as we get onto the right hand side for turn 1. Somewhat of a decent exit there. We'll try and get in behind Marcel Schotter. He's obviously going out for just a practice lap. And I made a mistake on the gears there, and also I made a mistake by not putting the motorcycle into power setting 3. We were still running power setting 2 to try and maintain a bit of fuel, but I did make a mistake by not utilising power setting 3 the second the lap started. As we get very, very close to the green there, the bike sort of snapped on us, snaked us a little bit there, as we're down by 1/10 of a second to our previous best lap time of a 1:30.768. We're just going to have to do what we can now. Turn 4, going in there nice and tight. Apex down by 34 thousandths of a second, up by 34 thousandths of a second compared to our best lap time. But where are we going to be compared to Sam Lowe's time? Down by 0.2 of a second. If we can be a little bit closer, we could potentially be on the front row here. We just have to get a little bit more extra tenths, just a few more hundredths of a second, just to get us to move up the order just a little bit. We're onto the right hand side for turn 8. Hold the line, keep accelerating. We'll get into turn 9 down by 1/10 of a second, down by 2.5 of a second to Sam Lowe's time as we get a little bit out of shape there into turn 9. Oh, I dropped it down too many gears. Has this lap time gone? It has certainly gone. It is over now for Grant. That is going to be session over. He will start from 6th place unless Bo Benschneider can do anything behind us, but across the line we go. Session over. Sam Lowe's takes pole position with Remy Gardner and Marco Bezzecchi on the front row. Grant will start from 6th place, and you know what? I'm absolutely fine with that. First 2 rows are what we wanted, and that is exactly where we are. So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching the video. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Tonight the Grand Prix will be at 8 PM, so stick around and stay ace till then. And upon the note guys, thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more Dot Race content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now, with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single Dr. Ace video.